Fun for me to meet these people. I had not met them before, met them for the first time, and it should be fun for you to meet them again.
Put the name with the face. He came to Tulsa in 1940 to work at KTUL Radio. After a 3-year stint in the Army during World War II, he came back to Tulsa and eventually put Channel 8 News on the air as the station's first news anchor. One of the top Tulsa newsmen of all time. He is Jack Morris, a 50-year communication veteran. Jack talked about his first news team at Channel 8.
Yeah, that was Hal O'Halloran and Don Woods and myself. And Hal O'Halloran passed away several years ago, and Don Woods is retired. And yeah, we put the station on, and it was a Muskogee-assigned channel, which later moved to Tulsa. I commuted, and so did Don Woods, for 18 months between Tulsa and Muskogee, and there were a lot of nights we couldn't get home because of weather. His weather, and we had to spend the night at the old Seavers Hotel. We just couldn't get home.
Jack gave up his news desk for an executive desk at Nordam, a Tulsa aerospace company, in 1979. So the news desk is gone, but the 42-year-old manual Royal typewriter remains by his side. A tangible news link to a solid news career.
When I was doing news, there was a single anchor, and then you got dual anchors, and you had to have a real pretty voice, and you had to have a nice personality, and you had to look good, you had to be handsome, you know, and all of that, you know, came into being in the 70s, and that kind of changed the way we presented the news, or the way we felt about presenting it.
News may have changed, but his wife has not. Jack and his wife, Dorothy, have been married for 52 years. In such a volatile, stressful business, that's a worthy record all its own. From successful newsman to successful executive to fulfilled human being, the 70-year-old Jack Morris is still active and says he wouldn't change much in his life. So like all good journalists, they never really retire. They just keep typing away.
So to officially welcome back our former journalist, we're putting Jack back to work this afternoon here at Mayfest. He joins us now with more on Mayfest. Jack?
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Mayfest 92. What a nice treat for me to have the opportunity to once again use a Channel 8 microphone, especially after all these years. I'm very grateful, and I appreciate that. We're here with Al Kreiser, who is Executive Director of Mayfest. And Al, congratulations, first of all, to you on the 20th anniversary of these Mayfest events. Could you give us a little assessment of the economic value of these kind of events in Tulsa and to the Tulsa community?
Well, it hasn't been quite measured yet, but we're doing that this year. Across the country, special events like this, Mayfest, Oktoberfest, other events like this, have an enormous impact on the community. One, they bring in tourists. Two, they bring people into the downtown area. And those people tend to come back on a regular basis. We know that a lot of the various conventions now are booking their time during Mayfest because they want to be here. So it's beginning to help.
What was behind the decision to extend the event by another 5 days?
Well, we had so much at Mayfest that people couldn't really see it in 5 days. So we thought we'd give people more opportunities to come down, give a chance for more audiences to see Mayfest and for more out-of-town audiences to come in. And having the 2 weekends, no one has an excuse of saying I was out of town that weekend. And it also helps just with our statistics with range just a bit.
Largely, where do you draw from?
Throughout the region, but we know that last year we drew from about 15 different states.
Well, Al, thank you very much for being with us, and good luck on this year's Mayfest.
Thank you so
much.
much.
May it be bigger and better.
Appreciate it.
Jack Morris reporting live from Mayfest 92. Back to you, Carol and Charles.
Okay, thanks, Jack. Terrific job.
It's great. It's so nice to see him.
Well, Jack isn't the only personality that we're going to be featuring here on Oklahoma's News 8. All next week at 6, we'll introduce you to people that I'm sure all of you will remember, and some of us here on this stage have worked with over the years.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So we'll have 5 more people that I'm sure you're sure to remember coming up all next week on the 6 o'clock news.
Oh, this is so much fun.
Hope they all do as well as Jack did.
Oh, wow. He was terrific.
Thanks, Judd.
Well, thank you. This is